in heralding a new chapter in trade and cultural relations between the two countries, that is, India and Iran. India and Iran relations span centuries marked by meaningful interactions. The history of Indo-Persian relations dates back to the days of Mauryan Empire in India, that is 3rd century BC. The two countries have also shared a border till 1947 and share several common features in their language, culture, and traditions. India and Iran enjoy economic and commercial ties covering many sectors. However, the trade relations have traditionally been buoyed by the Indian import of Iranian crude oil. India-Iran bilateral trade registered a healthy 18.77% growth during the fiscal year of 2011 and 2012. The total value of the bilateral trade for the period stood at US dollar 15.94 billion. Friends, however, there is still a very large area which remains untapped in terms of enlarging the trade and commerce between the two countries. I am sure this forum will discuss on this aspect and come out with a proper strategy to enhance trade and commerce between the two countries. In the context of Karnataka, the relationship with Iran dates back to the Chalukyan era. Emperor Pulakeshi II had established diplomatic relationship with Persia, that is present day Iran. The relationship between Iran and India reached its zenith during the period of Krishna Devaraya in the 16th century, when Mr. Abdul Razak, an envoy from Iran, was permanently placed in the Darbar of Vijayanagar kingdom. It was the period when the trade between the two countries flourished, including gems and diamonds. As you are all aware, Karnataka state is one of the most progressive and industrialized states in the country. Today, Karnataka is driving a domestic growth and creating wealth through a potent mix of resources-based, skill-based, technology-based, and knowledge-based parts and services. Our government has initiated many investor-friendly policies and is proud of its excellent human resources and its congenial industrial climate. The opportunities in the state are excellent for the startup of new industry, as the state is industrial friendly. The government is committed to play a role of catalyst, and the government is coming out with the progressive policies. Our government proposes to put in place a new industrial policy for the period of 2014-19, which will become a reality shortly. Once again, I thank the organizers for giving an opportunity to share my thought with you. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Mr. Roshan Beg Sahab, thank you for your detailed presentation, which I think gave a lot of food of thought for the audience sitting here, and we hope we will be able to benefit from it. Janab K. Rahman Khan, the Honorable Minister for Minority Affairs, Government of India, we sincerely appreciate you making time to be here with us, knowing full well the exigencies of your time in Delhi at this juncture. Your presence itself shows your commitment to the development of bilateral relations and the development of Karnataka. It is significant here to mention that the Honorable Minister has had close ties with the Iranian families of Bangalore and is familiar with the growing up of the evolution of the city. We also would like your views and thoughts as we venture forward to strengthen the cultural and business ties with Iran. Kindly address the gathering, sir.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. His Excellency Sri Ghulam Raza Ansari, Ambassador of Iran to India, His Excellency Hassan Nourain, Consul General of Iran, Hyderabad, Honorable Minister of Karnataka Sri Roshan Beg, Honorable Deputy Speaker of Legislative Assembly Sri Shiv Shankar Reddy, Sri Shiv Kumar, President of the FKCCI, Sri Abdul Raza Muhajib, Member of Parliament, Islamic Republic of Iran, dignitaries, office bearers of the newly established Indo-Iranian Chamber of Commerce, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor for me to be associated with this inaugural function of the Indo-Iranian Chamber of Commerce. I appreciate the efforts of both the business community of both the countries for taking this initiative to establish a Indo-Iranian Chamber of Commerce. As just been said, Indo-Iranian relations are centuries old. Of course, our cultural relations are much more older than our business relations. Iran and India as used to share the common border before the partition, and Iranian influence could be seen all over the India, because Persian had become one of the Indian language. In fact, all our universities have to have Persian. Every university, I don't think that there is any university in India which doesn't have a Persian department. Apart from that, particularly Karnataka, the contribution of the Iranian business people who came, the one name which is so popular is Ali Asgar, who came from Iran as a businessman, and I am given to understand he was a very big contractor, and the residency, the governor house is built by him, the Raj Bhavan. And today we remember the greatest son of Karnataka, Sir Mirza Ismail. There is no house in this old Mysore which doesn't know the name of Sir Mirza Ismail and his contribution. His origin is also a Persian origin. If you go on recounting, there is several instances we can quote that how India and Iran were closer and closer to each other. Subsequent to the India becoming an independent country and the partition, yes, we could not share the common border, but our relations continued. And today I see on the audience Sri Akbar Khalili also, who was our ambassador in Iran at a crucial time. Friends, Iran is a unique country. It has a tradition of more than 2,000 to 3,000 years cultural tradition and relations. and the entire world, they have contributed to enhancing the cultural enhancement of every country in the world. After the advent of Islam in Iran, Iran became one of the important Islamic country. God is kind that Iran has a natural resources, that's their oil. And they were also very generous that Iran we import crude oil from Iran. They are the second largest exporter of crude oil to India. At every time when India faces crisis, oil crisis, they have stood with us. And we have also responded to it. Even after the sanctions, recent sanctions, India and Iran continue to have our trade relations, and Iran continued to provide us with crude oil. That shows that we have commonality, our trade should increase. Now that this Chamber of Commerce will definitely help to further strengthen our trade relations. Our bilateral trade may be with the order of 1.5 billion, but there is potentiality of increasing this bilateral trade. In fact, Bangalore city can be being a capital of technology, information technology, and we should share in that field also. Because this city, because this chamber is located in Bangalore, and this city can help in building the technological advancement of both the countries. We are aware that Iran has taken has made a positive contribution and has been one of the important Islamic country which has taken forward step in science and technology, and also in the nuclear energy. They are developing nuclear energy for peaceful purposes, and I'm sure India and Iran will have relations, traditional trade relations, and we should also explore new areas of trade. Even in the field of education, we have contributed. Most of because I was associated with the college earlier, then lot of Iranian students were studying here. And we are happy that once one of your foreign minister studied in this city. That shows that, and in 1983, I had the honor of hosting the then Speaker of Iranian Parliament, Excellency Rafsanjani. And there are several instances where several dignitaries have come, and they have enriched the relations, and I'm sure this Indo-Iranian Chamber of Commerce will be one more step in bringing Iran and Indian relations nearer, and in increasing the trade relations and exploring the new markets, Indian market, Indian exporters exploring in Iran, Iranian exporters exploring in India, because now that world is one area, one country, and when there is a free trade and WT, all of our members, we should take advantage and see that more and more products of each other countries are exchanged instead of depending always on West. India has much more to offer to the entire Arab world, Islamic world, and the third world countries. And we should give up the dependence on the West, because what West can offer to the rest of the world, India is capable of offering all that which we can, which in the science, technology, in industry, in various other things. I am sure that the organizer will take this Chamber of Commerce to greater height, and I am happy that one of the premier organization, Federation of Karnataka Chamber of Commerce, and their representatives are also here, and with their cooperation, you can make this Indo-Iranian Chamber of Commerce one of the premier trade association of Bangalore and Karnataka. I wish this chamber and also the office bearer a success, and I hope this will help us to further bridge the bond between Iran and India. And I am thankful. I also, because it is the first visit of His Excellency the Ambassador of Iran to our state, I extend a hearty welcome to him, and then during his regime, I am sure that Indo-Iranian relations will further strengthen. Thank you very much.
Mr. Rahman Khan, thank you ever so much. It was really enlightening to hear from you, your experience and your involvement with the Iranian nation. I would now request the Deputy Speaker of the Karnataka Assembly, Mr. Shiv Shankar Reddy, to kindly address the gathering.
His Excellency Rahman Khanji, His Excellency Ghulam Reza Ansari, His Excellency Consul General of Iran, Hassan Nourian, Honorable Minister Roshan Begji, and FKCCI President Shiv Kumar, and other dignitaries seated in the dais, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am glad that and privileged to be with you this evening at the inaugural function of Indo-Iranian Chamber of Commerce and Industries. The relationship between India and Iran is friendly in many areas of common interest. Iran is the second largest supplier of crude oil to India, and as a consequence of this, India is one of the largest foreign investors in oil and gas industry. There are a large number of Iranian students at universities in India, most notably in Pune and Bangalore. It is pertinent to mention here that the people of northern India and Iran share cultural and linguistic characteristics among them. I am sure the inaugural function today will pave the way for further strengthen the trade relations in the years to come, and the interaction between the two countries will definitely boost the confidence and economic standards. And I take this opportunity to mention one village in my taluk, that is Alipur, and where probably nearly half of this gathering I can see many faces here. They are all originally, their forefathers were from Iran, and they are very enterprising also. They have business establishments elsewhere in the whole of world, in Philippines, maybe Thailand or Dubai. So like such other countries, they are very enterprising. Probably more people are here. So I am proud to say that that village belongs to my taluk. So I think I can say we are more close to Iran in relationship. So we want to establish good relationship. And to your information, I would like to tell you that I have farmed about 1,000 acres of industrial area in my taluk. It's coming up very fast. Very recently, I had a talk with Shiv Kumar ji also. So I want promotion of more industries there in my constituency. It's very near, about 50 to 60 kilometers from this place. I mean, it's very near to airport also. There is a lot good potential there. We can afford what all infrastructure that is needed. So as a beginning, I request the Iranian people to take investment in my constituency, wherein we can provide, we can share with our experience, and also our friends from Alipur. They are very good entrepreneurs. So I think as a whole, this inauguration of this Chamber of Commerce will definitely boost the trade relationship between both these countries, and hope this meet will be a success further in future. Thank you.
Mr. Shiv Shankar Reddy, thank you ever so much. See, the Chamber of Commerce is already making strides. We've got 1,000 acres of land, we've got people who are looking for industry, and this is all coming out from the Indian side. I now request His Excellency, the Ambassador of Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran, Ghulam Raza Ansari sir, to please address the gathering and tell us what we can go and do there.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Excellency Mr. Rahman Khan, the Minister for Minority Affairs. Excellency Shiv Shankar Reddy, Deputy Assembly of Karnataka. Excellency Mr. Roshan Baig, the Minister for Infrastructure. Excellency Shiva Kumar, who we tried his federation and he was very busy and he was not available there. I'm so proud that at the end I'm here and we will meet each other here. The President of Chamber of Commerce, Karnataka. And we have the privilege to have one of our Deputy of Parliament, Mr. Mahjoub, with us, which definitely convey the interest of Karnataka people to do business with Iran. We have got a very good friend, Mr. Khalili, the first ambassador to Islamic Republic after the revolution. So I'm so proud to be within dignitaries of this very beautiful state of India. It's very difficult when, from one side, when you're last speaker of such a friendly assembly, at the same time, it's the easiest one. It's easy because all dignitaries had touched very important issues, so you are shortcut and you will shorten your speech. And it's very difficult to find new points to raise and to touch. I'm sure you are well aware of the historical and cultural links between Iran and India. It goes deep into the history, and really when we walk around in this country, all we see are very familiar, very close, very friendly to us. And I'm so happy that some people like Mr. Afkham Reza had taken the initiative to create such an institution, Chamber of Commerce, Iran and India, which definitely can make our business with this state more institutionalized. And definitely this organization can be a great boost to better understanding between Iran and its potential, as well as this state potentials and capabilities, which is huge. I should really congratulate all of you for what you have achieved in this state in recent years. And when we were crossing today roads and villages to Mysore, any even small villages which we were passing, there was some sort of construction going on. And it